What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Frontline. I'm Chris, he's Mike.
Hey, guys.
And you're here with us once again as we continue our coverage of E3. Today, in this video, we are going to be talking about the Microsoft conference, one of the bigger conferences to come out of E3, or bigger companies' conferences to come out of E3. And there was a lot to talk about. We got the reveal of the Project Scorpio, which everybody kind of already knew what that was going to be, and then we got a ton of games. And it's very important I say that because, and the people before the show, now we watched it through Twitch, the people before the show were talking about what they wanted to see and what the fans were talking about, and fans wanted to see more games. Last year, Sony knocked it out of the park. I remember the Sony conference because I watched it, and I remember watching the Xbox conference, and the Sony one blew them out of the water because the whole conference for Sony was about their games, about their exclusives, about the VR, about all the stuff that was coming on their system. And that's what Microsoft had to do this year with the Xbox, and they did. They definitely did. Now, people were also wondering if there'd be VR, Kinect, what they were going to be talking about. Unfortunately, there was no talk about VR, but I believe, you know what, PlayStation's got that down right now with PlayStation VR. You got the Oculus and all the other stuff on the PC. Xbox knew what they needed to focus on this year, and that was games. So I'm not too upset that they really didn't touch too much on VR. That's completely okay.
Or the Kinect.
When it came to the Kinect, I mean, I think
Kinect is kind of out of date.
Everybody who owned an Xbox knew at some point the Kinect was going to... We hoped... I mean, I think the last try was with Xbox One when it came out with the Kinect. And when they saw that it didn't work, that was it. They just, they knew that Kinect was done. So Kinect kind of... Now it's more of an Xbox kind of camera/microphone, so to speak. And that's how we talk with Mike T most of the time when he's on Skype, because you can put Skype on the Xbox One, and that's how you can communicate. So the Kinect does have its uses, but as far as in-game uses, there really was nothing. So they basically phased out the Kinect. I'm sure when they release a new system in a couple of years, that's when they'll reveal something else possibly, or maybe even VR. I don't know. We're not here to talk about a couple of years from now. We're here to talk about this year. And they delivered what the fans wanted. Over 42 games, 22 of them were console exclusives.
I know, and it was really something how Microsoft actually was focusing more on the video games, because that right there would be something that everybody will watch as a conference, because the games are what we're really looking for, about what we're looking forward to, what we're going to be getting, or
even Project Scorpio. Project Scorpio was only a 15-minute talk, and that was it. And then we went right directly into the games, which I loved it. I thought it was perfect.
I know, and we got a lot to talk about with the video games.
We'll talk more about our whole, what we thought about the entire conference towards, when we're done talking about all the stuff that came out during the conference. But I gotta say, EA shocked me. Microsoft Xbox shocked me. I'm excited for tomorrow for Ubisoft and PlayStation now, but that's for another video. But still, this was crazy. Again, we'll reserve what we're talking about, as far as this conference until the end of the video. But man, Microsoft, you really surprised us. So let's talk about some of the stuff that happened. Now, obviously, Project Scorpio was the first thing they were going to talk about. We knew that. They wanted to get it out of the way. Project Scorpio was revealed to be Xbox One X. A smaller, 4K, super powerful Xbox One. Part of the now Xbox One family. You got the Xbox One, you got the Xbox One Slim, and now in November, the Xbox One X. For...
$500.
Man, that's steep. That is so steep that there is no way we will be buying the... I was thinking about it. I truly and honestly was, and especially because it's so small. If you look at the...
It's got 4K on there.
That too. And looking at the Xbox One now, that thing is a monster. It literally could be the size of a VCR. It is the size of an old age VCR. So to have a more compact, more powerful console sounds great, but the price tag of $500, and it's not a new console. They made sure to mention a lot of times that it's part of the Xbox One family. So basically, if it's an Xbox One game, it can be played on the S, the X, or the regular.
Yes, it'll just be graphic differences.
Graphical
differences. Like some stuff that they did come out for the Xbox One X, you can still play on the Xbox One. It's just going to be graphic differences like the Wii U and the Switch.
Yeah, and again, that doesn't really sell a game for me. I mean, yes, we always talk about the graphics. We always, the graphics are what awe us and make us want to, really delve into a game more. But at the same time, for $500, we paid, I think, $400 for the VR, and we are literally at the tip of the iceberg. I'm hoping from PlayStation we get more on that, but that's a whole system to buy, again, already owning an Xbox One, to get better graphics only. I'd rather wait a couple of years, and then when their new system, new upgraded system comes out, if they're doing it, the way they were talking, and I was thinking about this to myself. I want to see what you thought about it.
Right.
The way they were talking was everything's in the Xbox One family, and then they mentioned about other stuff that was coming to the Xbox One backwards compatibility wise. We'll talk about that later on. I wonder if they're even going to upgrade or do a new system. Because what it sounds like they're doing is they're really building up Xbox One. There's already backwards compatibility to most Xbox 360 games. Now what they said today, I truly don't think they're going to build up a backwards compatibility library and then 2 years from now go into another console.
Well, every 2 to 3 years they always come up with a brand new console that they're going to bring out.
I know, but don't you think that it would be better for them now with what they're doing with the Xbox One to kind of keep it?
Well, see, the thing is that with all the games that are coming out for the Xbox One and then play on the Xbox One X, I think it's really like they did that just to see what the people want to decide, because it's really their decision of what they want. But what I'm saying is that maybe they should have waited another year or so to come up with something else.
Well, the X is the answer to PlayStation Pro.
Right.
So Xbox One X is basically their 4K.
Right.
I don't know. I just don't see myself, and we're spending a lot of time on this, so I'm just going to say this. I don't see myself spending $500 on an Xbox One X when the Slim itself is half the price.
The Xbox One S.
Right. I'm sorry. I would get a Slim before I get an X, or I'd wait for a really steep sale. That's just me. A lot of people bought the Pro. I still play it on. I only play on the PlayStation 4. I never went to the Pro. I don't have a 4K TV either. They were saying you didn't need a 4K TV, but at the same time, if you're getting something that plays in 4K, you're going to want to see it in 4K. So I'm just going to wait for the new console. Looks amazing. If you don't have an Xbox One and you want one, I would say wait till November and get the Xbox One X. And there are a lot of good games that were announced were coming. So let's talk about Forza 7 really quick, because we're not Forza fans per se, and that's what they directly went into after Xbox X.
Forza 7 is a racing game where it's basically just racing, and then when you go off to the side, you have those repairmen that just repair the stuff.
I thought that the weather mechanic, though, was really cool, and the graphics looked really... Now, everything they showed, obviously, was on the Xbox One X, so the graphics looked really crisp, but I really liked the weather mechanic behind Forza 7.
It was really... the design of it was just beautifully made as
and they had one of the cars there.
Mm-hmm.
That was sick.
The Porsche, I think.
Yeah.
The Porsche 911 something, and the two girls were actually trying it out.
Mm-hmm.
And
in the game,
and it looked really nice. I mean, I liked the way the compatibility was with the turns and the acceleration of the speed and everything.
Right.
So I would say it's actually something really worth trying.
But again, not something we'll be buying. We're not really huge Forza fans. Then after Forza, now we're starting to get into where the exclusive content and the exclusive
world premieres.
Right. Oh man, whenever they said exclusive world premiere, I sat at the edge of my seat, because you never know. You never know. And what they introduced first was something that when I saw the beginning of it, I was like, no way. This cannot be what I think it is. And it was. Metro Exodus. Wow. Now, it said world premiere. It didn't say console exclusive. And a few people were kind of playing around. So I don't know if it's going to be a console exclusive or if it was a world premiere and it'll be on Xbox first. But man, I am excited for Metro Exodus, the third installment to the Metro series. I literally just played Metro 2033 on Frontline Gaming Zone, and it's really cool to know now that when I finished Metro 2, that there's going to be the Last Light, there's going to be something after that. It looked so amazing. It was so cool, and what was giving it away was the lighter, and then you had the clipboard. It was just so telltale at that point.
Everything.
Yeah, it was so good. Man, I'm really happy because, you didn't know if that was the end after Metro. Now, what happened with the aliens? What happened, There was the nuke underground. I mean, what happened? And I'm really excited to see what happened.
Yeah, more information will definitely be in store when those of you get Metro Exodus. It looks really sick.
Oh man, when I saw that, I said, "Oh man, it's gonna be one of those conferences," and it was. Next up, they did Assassin's Creed Origin.
Now, that is my question now. Now, I mean, I'm glad, don't get me wrong, don't bash on me. I'm glad they're making Assassin's Creed. But didn't they say in the last Assassin's Creed that was going to be the last one? And
No, they were taking a year break.
Okay, so I thought that was going to be it because they were
taking a year break for the movie.
Okay, never mind then.
So, it looked really good, though. This one, actually, and Michael agreed, and we both are not... I didn't get the last Assassin's Creed game. We didn't get the last... I shouldn't say I. We both buy the same stuff. So, we didn't get the last Assassin's Creed game. I forgot. Syndicate. So, looking at this, though, it looks really cool because it's the beginning of the Assassins, how it started. Egypt. And then after the trailer, they gave us a little bit of gameplay. And... while it does have the same mechanics as every other Assassin's Creed, the game looks really awesome.
And you get to play as the Eagle, too.
Yeah, I don't see myself passing this Assassin's Creed up. I might because I think we're only missing Syndicate in our collection. And the one that came out for the PS3 alongside Black Flag. We got Black Flag.
The Brotherhood one?
No, there was another pirate one that came alongside of Black Flag. I don't remember what it was, but it's probably like $10 now. But I'll even go back and grab Syndicate just to have a complete collection. But I really do think I'm going to be getting Assassin's Creed Origin. Maybe, not a lot of these games, you know, I'll mention this, but I don't think I'll get Assassin's Creed Origin on release. It depends, because a lot of these games that they mention, and this is what worries me, a lot of the games that were talked about here and at other conferences, October and November.
Yeah.
Those months are going to be heavy for gamers. So guys, be ready. Have money on the side. Start pre-ordering now maybe, and just have that money forgotten about. Like, have the money in your wallet and then forget about it. Make the pre-order and forget you had that money. Like, take a minus on it. So this way you know that money's spent already, because there's going to be a lot of stuff. A lot. And we don't even know what Sony has in store for us yet. But anyway, I definitely liked Assassin's Creed Origins. It's going to be cross-platform, of course. I'm sure that probably PlayStation will show a little bit of it, and there'll probably be some extra content. They've always done that with PlayStation, but it looked amazing, and I'm looking forward to it. Now, after that, we got, for anyone who's a fan of the new game, Battlegrounds. Exclusive to the Xbox, because it's on the PC, Battlegrounds will be coming to Xbox One. I definitely remember what I said a few days ago about Battleground, that we were talking about it. It's kind of funny, and we were talking about games, and I said, I would love to play Battlegrounds on console, and Xbox. It's like Xbox heard what I said and said, wait till E3, and now we're getting Battlegrounds on the Xbox.
That is really crazy.
I'm happy about that. I'm really happy. See, all these little things started really grasping me towards the Xbox. Like, come back, Chris. Come back. Because I used to be an Xbox 360 person. I didn't play the PlayStation 3. I was Xbox 360. So this is like Xbox trying to bring me back. And at this point, I was already starting to get hooked. Yeah. So, then after that, we got, after Battlegrounds was Deep Rock Galactic. What did you think about Deep Rock Galactic? I thought it was okay. It looked interesting.
It was a little bit interesting. I mean, I was like average at best. Like I could say it was a little bit average, but wait, was that the one with the electric guitar thing?
No, that was the one where they were mining and you saw the gold and then the spiders came and attacked.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah. I'm thinking of something else. No, yeah, you're right. Yeah. That one was like an average,
Yeah, I don't think
it kind of reminds you of like Team Fortress a little bit, like with the teaming up with the guns.
The
and
graphics
stuff like that.
too.
With
the
graphic wise also.
Yeah.
But I thought it was like an average thing.
I thought it was average. What did you think about State of Decay 2 happened? They gave us a really nice trailer for State of Decay 2.
That with all the zombies and everything, they look like that they really were totally really involved with the game to make it more of a interesting game.
Yeah, they really developed it a lot. Now we have State of Decay on our Xbox 360. We have the full version of it, the complete version, and it was a lot of fun. It was hella fun. But again, it was one of those download games, and back during Xbox 360, a lot of those were test. You know, they were like, you know, indie. They didn't put like hefty work into it. It looks like this time they really did put a lot of hefty work into State of Decay 2.
Yeah, because when you have like a zombie game, you know that with all that was shown there too, you know it's going to be epic.
And it's going to be all over the internet. It's going to be internet wide as well. It looks like it's going to be really fun. That is console exclusive. I know that for a fact, and that's another thing that might bring me back to the Xbox because I love State of Decay 1. They brought it back for the Xbox One. I never downloaded it for the Xbox One. I never got it for the Xbox One, but I do remember playing it on the 360 when it was out, and it was fun. It was amazing. So I'm looking forward to State of Decay 2. The next one was the Darwin Project. It looked like it was Xbox's answer to Overwatch in a way, if you think about it.
Sort of, yeah. Like, I was looking at it and I'm like, it looks pretty good. Like, not like to a good or bad level. Like, it just like pretty good.
It was a fighting game. It was like literally you're thrown into a world and it's multiplayer. Kill each other.
Yeah, you just fight to death. That's it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Survival of the fittest. That's what Darwin
was. And that's
survival
what it looked like. And that's exactly what it looked like. Survival of the fittest. And it was all right. I mean, some people might really, really like it. I thought it was okay. I thought it was an okay game. I'm not going to say good or bad. Not my type of game. That's for sure. I mean, Overwatch I've played a lot of. I've had fun with that.
That I know.
But at the same time, you know, there are so many games like that already. The Darwin Project didn't grasp me, in my opinion. Exactly. So next was Minecraft. Minecraft was more not for exclusivity with Xbox, but more about what's coming. And the Xbox system, the Xbox One X, was revealed. And they were talking about the graphics. And that now the Minecraft servers are going to be all cross everybody. Nintendo,
new
Microsoft, PlayStation.
Also that was shown as well.
Oh yeah, the super duper graphics were introduced. So they're going to be making super duper graphic Minecraft. So I'm guessing the upgrades for me are going to stop very, very soon because my computer, I don't think, can handle 4K.
I don't think so either.
So I'm going to be playing on old versions of Minecraft until I get a better PC, that's for sure. And I would love to get a better PC, don't get me wrong, and one day I might.
But hey, we could be building on a whole new level here.
Well, we could always get it for the console Minecraft. That always updates no matter what.
Every console almost.
It looked really crisp. I really, really liked it. I really thought it was great. So then, this is all you. I'm going to let you do this one completely. So go ahead.
Oh wait, what is it? Because I can't see. Oh yeah, this one I was really.
I'm gonna pull the computer a little closer for this.
Dragon Ball Fighter Z. I was like, when I first saw the trailer, I was like, okay, maybe they're gonna do a Xenoverse 3. But when I saw the gameplay, fighting style, and everything. It was just like from the TV, an anime, and it looked really, really sick. And you could have a 3 versus 3 team. Tell me how awesome that is. I mean,
it looked like you were actually You were the interaction. It looked like the anime.
And you know what? It kind of reminded me of the Ultimate Battle 22, like that Japanese thing. It kind of reminded me of that. And I'm like saying, wait a minute. So now it's finally coming to America because we had the 3-on-3. For that one in Japanese, but this one is going to be
upgraded graphics and everything. It looked
really awesome.
Man, it looked spectacular.
I mean, yeah, it was in Japanese. I mean, because it was in Japanese first.
I think that everybody liked the fact that they got to hear Goku in Japanese.
Yeah, but the whole like new forms of the Super Saiyan forms and just the whole thing together.
It looks spectacular.
It looks just like you're watching it on TV.
And except you're the one that's doing the moves and everything.
It was amazing. I was like saying, this game I must get
and with that joystick,
I will play.
And with that joystick you have for the PlayStation, who knows if you'll be able to use that.
I will definitely buy this game and I am going to play it because that is the game that just that I was hooked on. I was like saying, I really want to play that.
Yeah. The next few games were more indie games. This was the part where they kind of came out and were talking about a couple of games that they saw independently and they wanted to bring it to the Xbox. The Morphing Black Desert was one of them. I believe that was the anime-esque one where you're fighting a bit.
I think
Looks
so.
kind of like Final Fantasy. It was an okay game. I liked it. It looks fun. I need to see more than the trailer. They really didn't give us too much with that, but it looked really good. That and one that we're going to be talking about in a bit. The Last Night, for a console that was just hyping tons of graphics, The Last Night is a pixel-esque game.
Yeah.
It did not look interesting to me at all. I put that down just because I want to cover everything they mentioned. Also, the Artful Escape, that you like. That was one that kind of had a guitar. You have this
Yeah, like
one,
you have this guy who has this guitar, and
it was 2D and it was side-scrolling.
When you saw that, you would look at me like saying, "Oh no!" Like, because you know me, I'm all about rock and roll right there. I mean, if they're gonna do something with rock and roll, you know I'm gonna invest my money and look into that. But I don't know if it's just for that specific level, because there might be other things that they want to bring in the game. Like, I felt like that was just for that one level. I don't know, but the Artful Escape, though, because it said Artful Escape. It didn't say anything with rock in it, like...
so it could have just been for that moment.
Right, like that game, the Jack Black one, the...
oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Brutal Legend.
Brutal Legend, yeah. That was all about rock and roll. So the Artful Escape doesn't sound like rock. It sounds like, yeah, you're going to have art with electric guitar, but something else
is going to happen, right. Then you had Code Vein, which looked like another one of those anime-esque games where it's kind of like a Final MMO, like an MMO.
Yeah.
That interests me. That and the Morphing Black Desert. The Morphing Black Desert, not as much. I'm actually fighting to remember the Morphing Black Desert. So if it's forgettable, that means that it wasn't something that left such an impression on me. But Code Vein did leave a bit of an impression on me. I liked it. It looked really cool. Graphics looked great. Again, just like with the Morphing Black Desert, I need more. Right. I need more than a trailer. And really with MMOs, other than Final Fantasy and a choice few others, it's going to take more than a trailer to get me into it. But it looked really interesting. And the graphics for both this and the Morphing Black Desert looked really interesting. Now, Sea of Thieves. When we saw this last year, we thought, it doesn't really look interesting. They gave us a little bit of them on the boat. And we were like, oh, we got to see people playing on the boat. And it was like, all right, whatever. Yeah, you can be pirates.
Yeah.
This year, changed that to I need to get this game.
Yeah, because not only is it just like, oh, you're on a pirate ship or anything, but you could go underwater, you could fight other boats, and even you could jump ship
for buried treasure.
Other boat to there.
Oh, man. For a game like that, the action was spectacular, and I like the sharks.
Atmosphere, too, about it as well.
It's a little bit goofy, a little bit cartoony, not like strict, like heavy, like Grand Theft Auto kind of graphics. It's more of a cartoony kind of layout, not like super mature. It's more like I don't even know how to explain it really. It's like if you took your Xbox avatar. If you took your Xbox avatar and put it in a game, kind of like that.
Yeah, something like that.
And I liked it. I love the buried treasure aspect of it.
It was really awesome.
Yes, I definitely agree. So Sea of Thieves, you caught me for sure. Then we had Tacoma. Didn't really find any interesting Tacoma whatsoever.
Not really.
So I'm just throwing that out there. We saw it. We were like, not our type of game. However, Super Lucky Tail. That game, it looks like a really nice game for kids. Even a little bit older, people who are like missing the old PlayStation days. It kind of had a mix of Mario and Spyro and a few other of the games that we played before. It shows the fox collecting coins, jumping on bad guys. Even the bad guy, like the main bad guy, kind of looks, not as scary for kids.
Yeah, I really want to look into that one because that was like really just. It looked like a fun game,
Yeah, it looked really fun. It gave me like those old game vibes, like Crash Bandicoot and stuff like that.
I remember the game Klonoa. That's what it reminded me of because I was trying to remember what was that game called, Klonoa.
Okay,
I think that's how you say it.
But man, it was cute. I liked it. I will say that. I would definitely let you play that though. That's more of your thing. Michael's the platformer / coin collector. / you like going into those cartoony worlds. It did look like a cartoony world. But for kids, it looked really cool also. Cupheads. I don't need an excuse to go back to the 1960s, 70s, and 50s
Oh my god,
cartoons.
like what the hell? Like
I don't know, but I was not interested in that at all.
Next.
Yeah, Crackdown 3. I like the intro. The intro was cool.
That was really cool.
Where this guy's talking about, you can lift a gun right now, but soon you're going to be lifting cars. And then it just goes into the game. And the game looked... I've never played a Crackdown game. I'm going to throw that out there now. The game looked really, really good. It looked really good. I think that's going to be another game.
Your game.
That's going to be my game. Exactly. What'd you think of it?
Like, I like the story of... what it's gonna be about, but it was like just
action heavy, man.
Just action heavy. I mean, that was what I was looking for. Action heavy, just at its best.
Oh yeah, and then I think it was around this time that they kind of took a break and they were showing some indie games. There was a montage. Once again, we didn't really write down all the names. These are games that are just probably going to be coming out. Games. Yeah, on the Xbox shop on the Xbox, probably mostly digital games. They looked interesting. Nothing really grabbed our eyes. We watched. So, those were the indie games we got to see. And then I went back and we got Ashen, which looked alright. And not really my type of game. We got Life is Strange Before the Storm. We're getting a prequel game to Life is Strange. Now, I know our friend Tevia really liked Life is Strange. This game, the mention of this game makes me actually want to go out and go check out Life is Strange 1 to get the actual game before we get into the prequel.
Because that's something to make you better understand the game.
Well, no, I not just that. I would like
to give you
the
feel of the game of
right.
like, you know, what's going to be into is what I meant to say.
Right. I thought it looked really cool. So anybody who's a fan of Life is Strange, we're getting a prequel to that game. Then we got some gameplay for Shadow of War. Middle-earth Shadow of War.
Oh, wow.
That was good. And as you guys know, I got Friday the 13th, and in exchange I canceled my pre-order for Middle-earth Shadow of War because they postponed it. They delayed it till October, and then we got the explanation why. At E3,
but Shadow... Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. At E3, period.
Yeah, but Shadow of War, the way they did the trailer is like, you're this god, and you're encountering...
You're a ranger who actually has the ghost...
Well, yeah, and you get to possess them and then, like, try to get them to be on your side. And the way that they did one of the cutscenes was, like, really... It was just, like, mind-blowing. Like, you're like getting a whole alliance of people that join your side against whoever should come ahead. And
ironically, as this was going on, I went on the Amazon app and I actually reordered my my copy or pre-ordered a copy of Shadow of War. Unfortunately, not for the Xbox. I got it for the PlayStation 4 because that's how I have Shadow of Mordor. As well. So I wanted to keep them on the same console. But the gameplay looks so good that you definitely should go check it out. Then we got Ori, which was like an owl, looked like. An owl and a little wisp. The one where we saw the feather floating around and then it landed in front of the owl.
Yeah.
That looked like an interesting game. Not something I would play per se. Again, a few towards the end we got a lot of independent games. And then they came back out, and as you guys know, Xbox One has a huge library of Xbox 360 games. Well, it was announced today that they are going to be going even further back, and Xbox One very soon is going to be adding Xbox games to their library. So we're going all the way back to the beginning, ladies and gentlemen. The very first console for Xbox games will now be possibly playable on the Xbox One. So we're going to have an extended library for the 360. We're going to have the Xbox games now on the Xbox One. I mean, basically the Xbox One is fully backwards compatible, while the PlayStation 4, and this is the one negative I got to say about PlayStation, and they still haven't done it, the PlayStation 4 is still not backwards compatible. A lot of the games they made remakes of are $20 only, but you gotta rebuy the game if you want to play them.
That might be different come tomorrow.
We don't know. I mean, PlayStation needs to step up their backwards compatibility. Microsoft Xbox has pushed not only the 360 now, but they've gone even further back. I think the PlayStation 4 needs to go back to PS3. They got to go back to PS2. We don't have to go all the way back to PS1, but we need to at least go back to PS2 time, man. We need to get those two consoles back on the PlayStation 4. But the PS2 plays PlayStation 1 games, so I would be okay if the PlayStation 4 only went to PlayStation 3 backwards compatibility, because then I wouldn't need this PlayStation 3 anymore. I could transfer my data over to the PlayStation 4 and I'd be good to go. So that's the only reason why I hope that we get some backwards compatibility, and why I hope with Xbox doing this with their consoles, we'll get the same stuff for PlayStation. It'll make PlayStation want to consider doing the same. Awesome. That was the best announcement. And then, as you guys know, yesterday we talked about EA. They said they were going to be giving a full release of Anthem.
Oh.
They closed the Microsoft convention with Anthem, and Anthem got the Battlefront 2. Like yesterday, EA's was Battlefront 2. Anthem got the big spotlight at the end. No Halo this year. I was kind of disappointed, but at the same time, I guess they really wanted to focus on other games. Hopefully
it might be next year.
Hopefully next year. Yeah, I mean, we got Halo Wars 2 this year anyway, so I guess they took a year off from the regular Halo. We'll get 6 next year. I'm okay with that. I mean, what can you do? I mean, we did get to see Master Chief when they were showing all the graphical changes.
That is true.
I would like a Halo 6. I'd like the franchise to finish next year. There's always next year.
Yeah, there's always
so,
next year.
Anthem. We get to see some gameplay. We get to see an extended trailer. I am buying Anthem. I think this is a cross-platform game. It's just EA decided to show it at the Microsoft conference.
Yeah.
Wow. And if it is console exclusive, I don't care. I'll still get it for the Xbox One. It looks amazing. Open world where you take like GTA meets Far Cry meets mech suits meets what do you call it?
What?
Oh God, why did that name completely Titanfall? So many different aspects of it. You're this person that's in this mech suit, and you are a guardian or protector of this world, and it is a huge open world. And you just see this character go into her mech suit, and then she just jumps down, and she does like a full-on dive, and then you can fly.
I like those type of games, like when you could do like all those flying things, and then you're like a robot. It kind of reminds you of that Aliens movie when Sigourney Weaver was on those robot things, but this was like more of a you could fly anywhere, like an open world where you could fly here. And remember when you said, like, I remember when you saw all those worlds, like saying, wow, it would be really cool if we could discover the world and everything. And sure enough,
you can go anywhere.
You can discover anywhere in the world.
The graphics, the game itself, I am sold on Anthem. It looks truly like it's another Destiny, and I'm cool with that, especially because we're getting Destiny 2 this year as well.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be
something. Yeah, we already pre-ordered Destiny 2 because we get open beta for that. I believe there are a few games here that if you pre-order now, you get open beta to them. Anthem, I don't believe was one, but man, when we were done with Anthem, man, yes.
Yes,
Anthem,
definitely.
yes, please put it on my pre-order.
So it was good that they actually did leave us on a cliffhanger yesterday to today.
Definitely. Oh, after we're done with E3, see, I have a list of the games and everything we're talking about now on a tab in Notepad. And I'm going to save every single game we talked about here. And as they become available on Amazon, every single one of those games get pre-ordered.
Dragon Ball Fighter Z, that's got to be on there.
Oh, that is definitely on the list. So there are a lot of games that we are so far pre-ordering and ordering. Or maybe some games I see where we'll wait and let the price drop a little bit on. But most of these games are games that we're going to want to get from day one because they look spectacular.
Indeed.
Microsoft Xbox, you guys surprised the hell out of us. When that conference was over, we both were like, whoa. We were not expecting such an awesome convention. And this year we got so many games. So many of they literally focused on the games. They didn't even focus on their new console. It's like, look, this is it. Great graphics. And yes, whenever anybody was talking about their game, because they did have a few people come in and talk about their game, and they mentioned how the Xbox X was going to push their graphics to what they wanted. Other than that, we got full-on games, and they looked really, really good. Microsoft, A+ this year. You guys, I actually tweeted out, it's on my Twitter already, I tweeted out after this conference, Microsoft, you guys actually brought me back in. I am actually, congratulations on a great convention, on a great conference, and I was like, oh boys, I'm coming back to Xbox because after that conference, there are a lot of exclusive games that I definitely want to play on my Xbox One. And then right after that tweet, I retweeted again and I said, congratulations, Xbox and Phil Spencer. You guys brought me back, and I am going to be renewing my Xbox Live membership because I want to be ready for when these games drop.
Absolutely. I have to say, though, Microsoft really surprised me, too, this year.
I will say this. If we're going to have two internet things, we're going to be doing yearly because there is no way we're doing every 3 months.
Yeah, but Microsoft really just 100% well-organized, great games that I'm looking forward to playing even, and it was just a really awesome conference that I saw. It really shocked me to know that they were going to do good, because I'm like, oh dear, what's this going to be? But
yeah, because last year we really were not into a lot of the Xbox games, and we kind of, when it started with Forza, Mike was already kind of like, oh, it's going to be this, and I was hopeful, and then when they did Metro, from Metro on, other than a few indie games that we weren't interested in, it kept us by the beat. We went right beat by beat.
Yeah. And don't say it like I gave up. I was just saying.
They didn't give up. It was like you were already kind of in that mindset.
No. I knew, like, I was saying, okay, this is just a regular racing game, and what's so good about it? It's just regular racing, and people were.
Mike's not really a huge racing fan without story behind it.
The things where those repair guys fix the cars. I mean, it's been in almost every racing game that are like those car things. I forgot what they're called. Like, they're not regular cars. They're like those what were they called?
Specific cars. Yeah, it's all right.
Specific ones.
It's all right. But no, I think the conference was excellent. Microsoft, great job. Like I said, and I meant it, as soon as these new games start rolling out and we start getting more Xbox One games, we're going to need to get not only an external hard drive for the PlayStation now, but we're going to need to get one for the Xbox One, because, guys, as soon as these games start rolling out, our Xbox Live membership is going to go active again, because we are definitely going to want to be in these games.
Indeed.
Definitely. Starting with Metro and ending with Anthem, there are a lot of games. Other than Shadow of War, which I'm getting on the PlayStation, but who knows? There's a lot of time from then to now, or now to then. Maybe I'll change my mind and move it to Xbox. Who knows? We got to see what PlayStation has to offer next.
We'll have to see.
We'll have to see, and we'll see that tomorrow. Guys, we also have another conference we'll be doing a video on right after this. It's going to be for the Bethesda conference, which was very short, so it'll be a shorter video than this. This one's going almost 40 minutes. And then tomorrow we have PlayStation and Ubisoft, not in that order. It's Ubisoft first and then PlayStation. Tuesday's supposed to be Nintendo. That's going to be all Michael. Like I said before, I'm not really looking to talk too much about Nintendo. Maybe I'll sit in to hear what he has to say, but I'm probably not going to watch the conference. But that's a different story. That's its story. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this conference with us. Hopefully you guys were as surprised and excited as we were.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, we didn't blame people for not wanting to tune in for the live reactions to Microsoft Xbox, and we didn't blame people for not wanting to see it. But this year, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be checking out the Microsoft conference. For sure. It's going to get a lot more clicks than it did last year on whatever I think, where would they put the live? I think IGN is sharing the conferences as they go up.
IGN.
Twitch will have it. E3 has their own channel, so I'm sure that it's going to get twice the amount of clicks to watch the conference as it did last year, at least. So, Comic Frontline, though, we are your #1 source for comic-related news, reviews, and as you guys can see here, a whole lot more. If you're new, hopefully you will click that sub button. This way we're in your sub box, and you do not miss out on a single video. We got videos coming out each and every day, whether they be reviews, overviews, news discussions, or more. ComicFrontline.com as well. We got lots of stuff going on there. And yeah, so stay tuned, guys. We got more coverage from E3 coming your way all the way through until Tuesday, where the conferences are over, and then it's all about gaming after that, so there's nothing left to discuss.
Exactly.
So take care, guys, and we'll see you guys soon in the next video.
Later,
keep reading and keep collecting, as always.